Stop number 26 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Richmond International Raceway in the 3/4 mile D-shaped racetrack in Richmond, Virginia. As we're here today for running in the Exide Nascar Select Batteries 400, as we're set for 60 laps of action on this racetrack here at Richmond. And here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole, it is Joshua Osborne, his first pole of the season so far. He qualified at 132 miles an hour. He won the season at Riverside. Beside him, two-time winner of the season, Johnny Gardner in car number 11, the Mountain Dew Buick. Second row sees car number 52, Seth Cole in the Eureka Viking Claims Pontiac, and Phil Parker in car number 5, the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. Third row sees Jessica Shelton going for the Richmond sweep this season because her only win came on this very same track in under daylight conditions. She'll be alongside car 42, Kyle Matthews, who was won this season, came at Sonoma. Next row down sees car number 26, Quentin Moore in a Quaker State Buick, two-time winner this season so far. And the only three-time winner this season so far, Zach Rogers in car number 33, the Skull Bandit Buick. Next row down sees two-time winner Cole Deaver and another two-time winner, Matt McIntyre in the 18 car. There, Cole won at Rockingham in New Hampshire, while Matt won at the first race at Talladega and the Southern 500 at Darlington. Next row down sees the Batsons. Kat on the low side, Keith on the high side. Keith won the second race at Pocono this season along with the day race at Bristol, while Kat won at Martinsville. Next row down sees Charles Sanford in 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. He's still yet to win a race this season so far, but hopes to do so here today. Unlike Charles, though, however, his sister Jean sits alongside of him, and she's won twice this season. Her wins came at the 600 at Charlotte. She also won at Atlanta. Next row down sees Levi McIntyre in 17, the championship leader coming into this event. He'll be alongside car 30, Jay Jefferson. Jefferson won the Brickyard 400. Levi's still yet to win a race this season. Next row down sees number 43, Mike Becker, I should say. He won the night race at Bristol this season. He'll be alongside Zachary Fitzwater in car number 29, who nearly beat Mike that day at Bristol. Next row sees William Brock in number 4 and number 90, Jesse Turner. Next row down sees Kyle Langland in number 14 and number 13, Austin Colano. Next row sees Nathan Hudson in car number 47 and number 70, Mitchell Collins. Next row down sees Wes McCoy in car number 7 and Cab Sheeran in number 71. Next round sees number 75, Daniel Bouchard, and number 22, Dylan Poteet. Next row sees the Daytona 500 champion, Zach Winkle, in car number 1, and Dylan Young in car number 2, one number up, in the JDC boat driving Buicks. Next round sees the first Darlington winner, Rob Evans, in car number 12, and number 44, it is Ryan George. Next row sees Henry Sanford in 55, and number 83, Emmanuel Hartnett. Next round sees Ryan Brommer in car number 94, the Sunoco Ultra Oldsmobile, and Jackson Haywood, who won the first stop at Pocono in the Wrangler Jeans Ford, car number 15. Next row sees car number 8. It is Matt Haas in the Miller American Buick, and Paul Minnick in the Stroh-Light Ford, car number 6. He won a second stop at Talladega. Next row sees Alex Miller in car number 51 and car number 88, Nathan Ormond. And starting shotgun field will be R.J. Bishop in the Kodiak Pontiac car number 27. So the field is lined up, all 41 cars on pit road, as they are about to wait for the word to fire the engines, in which we're about to hear it right now. That's how to get a race going here, as the field's fired up. The engines have fired up here at Richmond as the field comes off pit road. In-car cameras today will be carried by Levi McIntyre, Zach Rogers, and the third camera will lie inside the car of Dylan Young. Those will be our three cameras for today's race here at Richmond. As the field heads off into turn number 3 here, Chevrolet and Buick, actually General Motors has sweeps the top 4 spots. In qualifying, Jessica Shelton was the only Ford to break that up. As the field comes off corner number 4, the green flag is out, and the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400 is on. And oh, Parker's already around and the yellow flag's flown for the first time here. Oh, several cars. Oh my goodness. Phil Parker has crashed here on the first lap of this race. Oh, and Poteet's involved. Nathan Ormond in 88. I was getting ready to mention turns 2 and 4 is your trouble spots at Richmond. I was getting ready to mention that. And that didn't take long at all as they come off turn number 2. I knew when Parker got up in the Johnny Gardner, that was going to be a recipe for disaster, and sure was. It's a wonder why it didn't end up being a multi-car melee here as the field comes off turn number 2. Parker got up inside of Gardner and actually tapped the back bumper of that Mountain Dew Buick. I thought he was going to come back down and hit either Jessica Shelton or Quentin Moore, which he missed Shelton, but he nailed Quentin Moore. Came across the nose of Kyle Matthews' car. Gene Sanford just got a piece of it right there. There's Becker. He gets a piece of it in the number 43 car. And then right there, Wes McCoy hits him and then comes back across the track. Mitchell Collins and Kev Shearer both miss him. Then Alex Miller in the 51 car, well, just rear ends him in that bunch. Now Dylan Poteet's going to come down. He's going to hit Zach Winkle in the number 1 car right there. Dylan Young is just going to miss him right there. And then here comes back down the track, hits Jackson Haywood in the 15. Paul Minnick hits him. Then Orman gives him a shove right there in the 88 car. Tough season it's been for Dylan Poteet. It's tough second half of the season, I should say, it's been for Poteet. Just incredible bad luck as he's had so far. And I didn't see this right there. The 15, the 94, and the 83 cars have crashed. Let's take a look at what happened there. Brommer in the 94 car. He's going to come back. Just missed the end of the pit wall, drives away from it, then hits Emmanuel Hartnett. Here comes the 15 car of Jackson Haywood, and then I see all that ensuing right there. And Paul Minnick in the 6 car, he just crashes right into the Bomber's car. And then Orman just drives by like as if nothing happened, so... So, pace car lights are off as we'll get the great restart on lap number 7 of this race. So, hopefully get some green flag racing here, I hope. Joshua Osborne is the leader. Second is Seth Cole. Third is Jessica Shelton. Fourth is Johnny Gardner. Then Quentin Moore is 5th. Cole Deaver is 6th. 7th position right now is Kat Batson. 8th is Levi McIntyre. 9th position is Charles Sanford. And 10th right now is Kyle Matthews with Zach Rogers running in 11th position here. So McIntyre, as we mentioned, coming in this race the points leader. Despite having not yet won a race this season, everybody's got Zach Rogers closing up on him, though he's won 3 times this season so far, and maybe possibly make it number 4, possibly. Or could McIntyre get number 1? We'll find out. Restart happens lap number 7 here at Richmond. Seth Cole goes to the low side and looks to take the lead here. 3 wide, meantime, back behind. Well, they were 3 wide here. Fitzwater comes to the inside of the racetrack here. Kyle Langland's going to go by Zach Rogers in car number 14. Rogers in 33. There you see Jefferson and Turner both running, following the 29 car of Zachary Fitzwater, and William Brock right behind Rogers in car number 4. Jesse Turner, car number 90, down the low side of the track here, goes low on Fitzwater for position. That is for 14th position. Fitzwater runs 14th. Turner runs 15th at the moment. And Deaver goes up the high side of the racetrack here. Meantime, McIntyre, and Shelton have both gone up the high side of the track here. Langland and Quentin Moore both go by him. As they go into turn number 1 here, as you see and people are going absolutely bat crap crazy in the back office. Anyway, and look at Langland though. He's going by. He's picking off cars quickly. He just got by the other Kyle Matthews in car 42. That was for 6th place, but Matthews looks to the low side, says, I saw what you did there, Langland, and he goes back down the low side of the track. Tries to take position back away here. This is for 6th place. Langland in 14, Matthews in 42. Oldsmobile outside, Pontiac on the low side of the track. Meantime, Fitzwater goes back by Langland now. That's for, I think that's for 7th. And meantime, the car really on the move. Charles Sanford in 24. He is up to 5th position right now. Cat Batson's running 4th. Gardner's 3rd. Seth Cole is 2nd. And Joshua Osborne is the leader of the race here. As they go into turn number 3 now, Cole Deaver puts the back bumper to the number 14 car of Kyle Langland. This is for 9th place. Deaver runs in 10th, or actually for 8th place. Excuse me. Deaver runs 9th. Actually made that 8th place in the moment. Deaver gets the bite to the low side of the track and takes position away. On board with Zach Rogers in car number 33. He runs in 10th position. Up ahead of him, Cole Deaver in 9th. Down about 112 miles an hour in the middle of turns 3 and 4. He comes on across the start-finish line down the front stretch. And upwards to 152 miles an hour into turn number 1. That is very fast here, Richmond. His fastest lap of the race so far, 134.355 miles an hour. He's up to over 140 miles an hour into turn number 3. And now comes off turn number 4, 139, 145, 52 miles an hour now. And down about 107 in the middle of 1 and 2. Comes off into turn number 2. And up to 143 miles an hour in turn number 3. So Zach Rogers looking strong here at the moment. He's gotten by Deaver at the moment. That is for the 8th position. Up ahead of him is the 42 of Kyle Matthews. In the meantime, battle for the lead going on here. Seth Cole had the lead the last time by. Now Osborne gets it back and retakes the lead in car 25 there as Seth Cole goes low. Giving chase that 25 car here. A pair of red cars, and Seth looks low on the track again. His car a brighter red than Osborne's car. Osborne's car more of a maroon red. And across the start-finish line goes Seth Cole. He takes the lead back from Joshua Osborne. So Seth Cole in car 52 jumps out in front here. Charles Sandberg goes to 3rd position now as he's gotten by Cat Batson. Batson runs in 4th position. Jesse Turner, meantime, now goes to the number 5 spot now in the number 90 car. But he's being chased by Kyle Matthews in 42 and Johnny Gardner in 11. Gardner was the outside pole sitter for the event. You remember he and Phil Parker got together, come off turn number 2 on the very first lap of the race, then caused the only caution flag of the day to fly. Which I thought it was going to be a wreck fest when that happened, though. But alas, it's not happened. But alas, it's not happened just yet. But I thought we was going to have one right there. Matt McIntyre just about turned Zach Rogers coming off turn number 4 right there. He actually, if it had been another inch or two closer to that bumper of that number 33 Buick, though, it would have been a whole different story. Nonetheless, though, Rogers is running 7th right now. McIntyre's 8th. Matt McIntyre, that is. Johnny Gardner's 9th, and Cole Deaver still running in 10th. William Brock running 11th. 12th is Rob Evans, matching his car number. Good battle for 13th going on. Kyle Langland in the 14 and Jessica Shelton in the 9. Shelton looks down close. Odette looks down low, and Langland's car gets by him, so move Jess up to 13th position now. She's been on a bit of a skid the last few races, though. However, unfortunately for her, she had a decent run going at Bristol, then got shuffled back late in the going in that race. Same deal, and in Darlington, the car was never really a factor at Darlington, but so far an okay run though for her. She's 13th at the moment. Langland's dropped to 14th right now in matching his car number. Meantime, Rob Evans goes low and tries to get past both William Brock and Collier. He's got Brock, but now he's trying to get by Deaver in the 3 car, and he does so. So he takes the number 12 car up to the top 10 now. Deaver's back to 11th. Evans up to 10th. And now William Brock now goes low in the track here. This is for 11th place here. Battle for 15th right there. Zachary Fitzwater and Dylan Young going at it. And Keith Batson right there behind him in car number 28. Nathan Hudson right now runs in the 18th position. Battle for 19th right now between Jay Jefferson and Matt Haas. Levi McIntyre, the points leader, has now dropped to the 20th position at the moment. Levi hopes to pick up a few more positions here. Quentin Moore, who had a darn good start to the season so far, he's kind of, well, let's just say the entire pack's kind of caught up to him right now, though. Moore is running in the... Moore right now is running in the 22nd position at the moment. On board with Levi McIntyre in car number 17. Hazy now goes to the low side, picks off a few positions. He just picked off Keith Batson. And Levi up to about 9,000 RPMs going into turn number 1. Comes in turn number 3 now. Comes up to the back of the 8 car of Matt Haas, and you see Levi up to about, probably about 9,200 RPMs going into turn number 3, turn number 1, I should say. Puts that bumper to that number 8 car of Matt Haas, Buick and Chevrolet. And Levi looks low on the track here, takes position away from Matt Haas, or tries to, dips down, and he takes position away. That was 17th position, I think, that he just took. And now Batson tries to take 18th away from Matt Haas. Meantime, Quentin Moore leading Kev Shearer and Dylan Young. You got a little Wawa versus Sheets going on back there. And right now, Sheets is winning right now is in the 71 car with Wawa and the number 2 running right behind them. Anyway, with that all being said, I couldn't resist. But anyway, sorry, not sorry. Anyway, so Dylan Young now looks slow on Shearer at the moment here as Jay Jefferson goes by Quentin Moore. And so position-wise, let's see where that puts Shearer. Kev Shearer right now running... Actually, Kev Shearer's actually not on the lead lap, excuse me, on that one. He's 39th right now. So yeah. Dylan Young is the one running in 20th at the moment, though. Up ahead of him. Now see Mike Becker's another car not on the lead lap here. He's 39th there. Shearer just got past him for 38. That was for position. So Dylan Young runs 20th. 21st is Jay Jefferson. And there you see the rest of the running order for you right now. Not the finishing order yet. Quentin Moore up the high side, about to lose a few more spots. Mitchell Collins in the 70 car goes down to the low side. That's the J.D. McDuffie colors he's driving here. And that was 25th that Collins took away from Quentin Moore. Quentin trying to keep himself in the top 10 of the points coming out of this event. And meantime, Joshua Osborne is just checked out from the field right now. He is still the leader. He has led most laps so far in this race. Joshua, you remember, dominated over at Riverside, led every lap in that race. If he didn't, he came darn close to it, though. But he dominated Riverside, and is dominating Richmond right now, but he's still got, this time by, 19 laps to go. Here in the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400. Joshua moves Gene Sanford up the track in car number 50, the two-time winner this season. Seth Cole, meantime, he's trying to close up in that 52 machine, and he's got Cat Batts running in third position right now. Fourth is Charles Sanford, and Jesse Turner runs in fifth position. Zach Rogers is sixth. Seventh position is Kyle Matthews. Eighth is Johnny Gardner. Ninth position is Rob Evans, and 10th is William Brock. That's how they run right now. The fastest race so far being set by Matt McIntyre, 134.993 miles per hour. In fact, all 10 cars have run over 134 miles an hour. So Seth Coliseum right now runs in second position. Right now, he's got no cars between he and Osborne right now. See what the margin is between see what the speeds are this time by. Osborne 132.672. Seth Cole, 132.894. So Seth trying to close up a little bit here, trying to make a race out of it for the win. Margin was 7,200. Oh, yellow flag's flown for the second time here today. And, Osborne did not want to see that yellow flag fly here. And it's R.J. Bishop in 27 that has crashed. So second caution flag flying on lap number 45 here at Richmond. We will have 15 laps to go this time by. Take a look as to what happened. I'm trying to see what caused the yellow flag to fly. There we go. There's a melee that happened up ahead. Matt Haas was split between Kev Shear and Keith Badson. And Shear just comes up, turns the 8 car right into the inside pit, inside wall on the backstretch here. He's going to go back up the track here, and I think this is going to end up being a big one right here. Yeah, Ryan George is going to get a piece of him right there. See, Collins goes by, Young goes by, Bouchard, Quentin Moore, Colano goes by. Here comes R.J. Bishop. Into the 8 car he goes. Ryan Brommer's involved in 94. Zach Winkle in the 1 car's involved. Hartnett just jacked up Zach Winkle big time. And here comes Miller and Minnick just barely missed. And so did the Ormond and Poteet. And here comes Mike Becker. I think he's going to miss him possibly. Oh, and I saw Mike Becker slammed the end of the pit wall. Yeah, see good news, Mike Becker. He misses the wreck. Good news for Mike Beck. That's the good news. Bad news for Mike Beck. Good news for Mike Becker. He misses the wreck. Bad news for Mike Becker. Well, congratulations. You just took yourself right out of the race. So we are going to get a 10-lap dash, hopefully to the checkered flag here, Richmond, Virginia. And like I said, Joshua Osborne, who had a pretty good lead, he did not want to see that yellow flag fly because that's going to put Seth Cole right up on his back bumper now. And Seth was closing in a little bit. He closed in by like 0.05 of a second the last time by before the yellow flag flew. So cars out of the race here so far. Hartnett, Haas, Ryan George, R.J. Bishop, Ryan Brommer, Mike Becker, Wes McCoy, and Phil Parker, who had such a good qualifying run. He unfortunately just knocked himself right out of the race. He unfortunately took himself right out of the race because of that crash that happened on the opening lap of this race here. Green flag is out. We are down to 10 laps to go in the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400. And here comes Seth Cole. What did I say about Seth's car being fast? Well, here he goes to the low side of Osborne. Takes the lead away. Kat Batson to the low side. She takes second position. Here comes Charles Sanford for third spot. He's got that. Jesse Turner's in this mix there, and Osborne goes up the track. I should say Sanford goes up the track right now. Here comes Jesse Turner and Zach Rogers. Down the low side, Osborne. He just about turns Sanford around in that 24 car. And now Kyle Matthews is to the low side of number 42. Takes Rob Evans with him, and now Osborne and Sanford are both going backwards now. And Gene Sanford almost got turned by Johnny Gardner in car number 11. We saw that coming off turn number 3 or turn number 2, and crash up ahead. It's Charles Sanford. Several cars have crashed on the front stretch. Poteet's involved. I saw Charles Sanford crash right there on the 24 machine. And hood buckle. I see a hood buckle on Jessica Shelton's car in number 9. Oh, and Charles is going after somebody in that 24 car. He is not a happy guy. Well, let's see what happened. Come off turn number 4. Sanford got loose. Come off that 4th turn. Gets into the Jesse Turner. Looks like on the 90 car. Turns him right into Kyle Matthews in the 42. And right in the way he goes. Osborne hits him. Deaver goes by. Here comes William Buck. He just missed. Shelton just slammed right into Johnny Gardner's car. There's Mitchell Collins gets involved. Kev Scherer gets involved in the 71 car. And Dylan Poteet got turned by Nathan Orman. Looks like he turned up in front of Nathan Orman's car in 88. Orman just turns Poteet right back to the low side. Nathan Hudson just missed, and then here comes Zach Winkle. Whew, barely missed him. But he does not miss the 47 Nathan Hudson, and he's going to rear end the back of him. So pace car sights are off here at Richmond, and we are going to get a green-white checkered finish. Green flag this time by, the next time by the white flag, and the next one by the checker flag. So reset the running order for you here. Seth Cole is the leader. Second is Kat Batson. Third is Zach Rogers. Fourth right now is Jesse Turner. Kyle Matthews is fifth. Sixth position is Rob Evans. Seventh right now in the running order. Seventh is Matt McIntyre, Charles Sanford, Joshua Osborne, and Zachary Fitzwater at the top 10. Green flag is out. 2 laps to go. And here comes Kat Batson to the low side in car number 21. She takes the low side in turn number 2. And she's got it. Here comes Jesse Turner in car number 90. Charles Sanford just about got turned by Fitzwater. White flag this time by here at Richmond. Seth Cole tries to close up on Kat Batson. Let's see what happens in the third turn here. Does Seth make a move here? He looks to the low side of Kat Batson's car. Off turn number 4 they come. He's not going to do it. Kat Batson wins the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400 at Richmond. Kat Batson takes car number 21 to victory lane, and she becomes another 2-time winner this season. She won earlier on the short track at Martinsville and now takes one here at Richmond. Seth Cole got snookered on the racer. He does come home second, but boy, is that close to a win. Jesse Turner comes home third in this race here today. A good day for him. So 26 races are in the books here. Rest of the finishing order here, Rob Evans comes home with a 4th place run. We haven't talked about him at all today. He ends up finishing 4th. Joshua Osborne had the car to beat, and like I said, he did not want to see that yellow flag fly right with about 15 to go in that race, and he ends up finishing 5th. Zach Rogers comes home 6th. 7th will go to Kyle Langland. Kyle Matthews comes home in 8th. Cole Bieber 9th, and Matt McIntyre will finish in 10th. Zachary Fitzwater, Charles Sanford, Jay Jefferson, Levi McIntyre comes home 14th. Then Quentin Moore, Keith Batson, Dylan Young, Austin Colano with a nice 18th place run. Mitchell Collins 19th. And Daniel Bouchard comes home in 20th. Dylan Poteet, William Brock, Jackson Haywood, Henry Sanford, Nathan Hudson, and Zach Winkle were the last cars to finish on the lead lap. And the last cars to finish the race here, Gene Sanford, Kev Shearer, Nathan Orman, Alex Miller, and Paul Minnick. That was the last cars to finish the race. That was the 31 cars. Cars out of the race, Jessica Shelton, Johnny Gardner, Emmanuel Hartnett, Matt Haas, Ryan George, R.J. Bishop, Ryan Brommer, Mike Becker, Wes McCoy, and Phil Parker. That was the last cars to finish the race here. And really sucks though for Parker because, I mean, he had a good qualifying run. He had a shot to maybe get a good run here today, but alas, like I said, turn 2 and a couple other cars claimed him as the first victim of the race. So the Exide NASCAR Select Batteries 400 is in the books here. 26 races in the books and about a few more races left to go as the season now rounds the bar turn and heads for home in season 25 in a points battle. Well, we'll see what it looks like at the end of this video too. But congratulations again to Kat Batson, who wins here today at Richmond. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interests, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA set goals are for this channel. And be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup series on this channel as well on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to this channel on YouTube and also like the page on Facebook as well. So there's some of the best offline series under the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So that will do it today here. For now, this is James Bolts. This has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Dover.